What's up, everybody? This is Thavius Beck on air with Planet DJ here at NAMM 2015. We're at the Novation booth right now showing off our brand new flagship product, the Launchpad Pro. Right off the bat, any previous Launchpad users will notice we have full RGB color for the pads here. If you use Ableton Live, the color of your clips in Ableton Live will be reflected here on the Launchpad surface. Makes it very easy to stay organized. Another huge improvement, we have breakout cables for MIDI in and MIDI out. So now you can control external MIDI devices without needing to rely on Ableton Live or your computer at all. You can control it straight from here. Right now we have the Launchpad Pro set up to control the MIDI Nova synth, and in a bit I'll show you how that all works. But first, a few more features. We've done away with the mixer button that we had before, and now instead you have dedicated pages for your volume, your pan pots, and your sends. And as you notice, if I hold it down, it's a momentary toggle. If I touch it, it stays on. So it's very easy to jump back and forth from the mode that you're in to whatever you want to control. On the bottom, we also have buttons for stop clip, solo, mute, track select, and record arm. And as you notice, we can still launch clips up here. Whatever mode we choose just takes up this bottom row. And again, if you just touch it, it'll stay on. If you hold it and let go, it's a momentary toggle. So for example, I got two things playing here. I go to my solo, I'm soloing that. I can still launch something else. So it's very easy to stay focused on what it is that you're doing, okay? On this side, we have some editing functions that will allow you to basically record into and then edit certain aspects of a clip. So I think the best way to show you this is to just start making some music so you can see how this works. So I have a metronome button right here that says click. I'll turn that on. I've armed the track that has a drum rack on it, which is right here. I go into my note mode, and now I'll see up to 64 sounds at once in my drum rack. If you have more than 64 sounds, you can scroll to all the other aspects of your drum rack. You can get to every sound that you want to at once. It's a huge bonus for finger drummers out there. So right now what I'm gonna do, I'll record something. I have a dedicated record button here. If I don't have a clip set up, it'll set up a clip for me and record right into it. So we got that going. I'll turn off the metronome now. I want to overdub into this clip. So now, when I'm ready, I'll hit my record button again. So we got that going. Go back to my session view. On this track here, I have a synth from the inside of Ableton Live. So I will arm that track now, and I'll go back to my note mode. So here we have a chromatic note mode. By default, the purple light is your root note, and the root note is C. You can shift the root note by semitones by using this button here. If you leave it as C, the lit up buttons are the white keys on your keyboard. The dark buttons would be the black keys on your keyboard. And it's laid out so you go 4 notes over and then up. So it's like playing a bass or a guitar. I'll give you a quick example here. Let's see. Really, really easy to play, all right? So I'm gonna record something right now. All right, so we got that there. I can now go into my device mode and control the macro knobs of this sound. So my first macro knob has a filter. You might notice my faders are all velocity sensitive. So if I hit it hard or soft, so I'm going to automate this fader behavior. So we got that automated now. I'll go back here. I'm going to turn this track down a little bit. Let's see, which one is that here? All right. So now I'm going to arm this track here. This track is going to receive audio from the MIDI Nova. I'll switch to my external note mode there. And you'll notice down here we can choose the MIDI channel that we're outputting on. So I can have multiple external MIDI devices set up on different MIDI channels. I'm outputting on channel 16. So now, so this is coming from here. Choose a different sound there. There we go. So record this as audio. gonna undo that. I have an undo button here. I'll actually go back in here. Undo that. All right, so now I'm gonna go back into my external note mode here. All right, so I'll record this. Go back here. Right down some. So now, I'll go to my master track here. Select that. My device mode here. Go to my volume here. I'm not gonna fade everything out. So, velocity sensitive faders, true RGB color, and you have external MIDI in and MIDI out, amongst all the other great features. If you've used the Launchpad before, this is a no-brainer. It's got everything you loved about it before with a bunch of new features. If you're new to the Launchpad experience, what's great about it is that you don't have to rely on a computer or Ableton Live. You can use this and your external MIDI instruments and be away from your box, okay? Another cool thing, last thing I want to point out, it's been plugged in this whole time. You see how bright the lights are? If I unplug it, you don't really lose that much brightness, okay? You don't need to have this plugged in at all unless you're gonna use this strictly as an external controller without bus power, okay? So very flexible, and I'm very, very proud to show it off to you. Launchpad Pro coming out, shipping in June. It'll be $299 in the US, and you should get one. Thanks a lot.